Today we are in Icelandic. I still can't say it. I've been here like 15 times and I still can't say it. This is a really, really weird port because it is the busiest cruise port I have been all contract. I have been around the entire world, quite literally this contract. I have been to Sydney. I've been to Dubai. I've been to Florida. I have been to Southampton. These are busy, busy ports. Rome, Florence, Barcelona, massive, busy ports. And there has never been more than 2 cruise ships and ourselves in port at once. Today, in the middle of absolutely nowhere, there are 4 cruise ships here. My ship is here, of course, the Island Princess is here. The Viking Saturn is here as well. La Boreal is a Ponant ship, she's here. And there's a Swan Hellenic ship here, the SH Vega is also here. Bearing in mind, this is a little tiny town in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and it's the busiest port so far of my entire contract, which I find absolutely unbelievable. The even crazier thing is that every time we've come to Ísafjörður, it's been a tender port. I've been here about 4 times over last contract and this contract, and every time we've come, it has been a tender port. Today though, it's a full dock, so I don't understand now why on earth we tender every single time. If today there's 4 cruise ships in, they're all berthed, they're all right behind me. There's the Island and the Saturn, La Boreal, maybe you can just see it. And then you've got the, where is it? There's the SH Vega with the blue hull right there. So, very, very strange to have all 4 cruise ships here today. I appreciate they're only small ships. I mean, the Vega holds, what about 100 people by the looks of it. La Boreal holds about 150 people, I believe, and Viking hold about 500. We hold 2,000. So they aren't the biggest cruise ships in the world. If it was an Oasis class cruise ship here, it would be more people than all these ships combined, I might add. So it's not, in terms of, you know, people, busy. I just can't believe there's 4 cruise ships here in a day. As I say, today we are in Iceland, we are in Ísafjörður. Alejandra is working, so I'm here exploring the place again on my own. I'm currently in front of the stadium of FC Vestri in the Icelandic 2nd division. The stadium is like 1 stand. So yeah, I imagine it's very, the quality of football in Iceland isn't particularly fantastic. 2nd division football in Iceland, I imagine, is going to be very, very, I don't know, lackluster in its performance. But hey, it's a cool little thing I found. I'm here with my trusty electric scooter, as I always do. These things are everywhere in Iceland. They are so helpful. No matter how small the place is, these scooters are literally everywhere. So behind me, you might be able to see all these wonderful, weird rock formations. It's very, very rural. There's not a lot here, I will be honest. So I've just had a very expensive kebab. It was about 15 quid for a kebab and a Pepsi Max in this little... I deliberately went to the cheapest looking takeaway place that I could find, and it was still 15 quid. Insane. But I suppose it's Iceland, and it's also in the middle of nowhere in Iceland. So anyway, my plan, I'm going to drag this scooter up this hill. It's not the nicest ride, it's very, very bumpy, so I'm probably going to walk it up the hill. And then there is a waterfall apparently. There's a very scenic waterfall about a 1.5 miles away. I could walk it, or I could skip by on my little scooter. And I've just realised, look, there's even a place to put my phone. I didn't see that before. I also have a wake show to film when I go back on board the ship. Our cruise director has changed. We have our original world cruise director back. Andy is back. So I really enjoy my cruise ship because of the itineraries it visits, and I love the ship itself, and I love the type of guests that we have. But what is also really, really nice is that crew keep returning. People will leave, go on vacation for 2 months, and then they come back. People seem to be, not condemned, that's the wrong word, but people seem to keep coming back to the Island Princess. So half the cruise staff team that are here, we're on the world cruise. The captain has come back, our guest services director has come back, our guest services manager has come back. This cruise in particular, it's a 16-night cruise to Greenland and Iceland. The guests keep coming back as well. Right now on this ship, we have about 5 guests that I've recognised from the world cruise, and they're just people that I recognise. I dare say there might be even more people that were on the world cruise that have come back. So it's a really nice vibe, that ship, when you see returning faces. And of course I come back in January for another world cruise. I can't remember if I've reported that yet or not on a video. If I haven't, I might as well tell you now. Yes, I am coming back to the Island Princess for the 2024 World Cruise. I will be joining, I believe, on January the 4th. And I get to do the whole thing all over again. I doubt I'll be doing a 10-month contract, because that's what I'll be doing, you know, with this contract here. My best friend gets married in June or July. I'm not too sure, but I will be home for June, July. So I think I'll be joining for the World Cruise, just the World Cruise. I think though next time I won't be doing the continuation of the ship after that. Again, I would love to come back to the Island Princess late 24, because the itineraries again get absolutely wonderful. We hit places like New York, and we ultimately finish in Venice for a little while. How nice does that sound? I've never been to Venice. I would love to go. So yeah, I quite fancy doing the Island Princess for next contract and the contract after that. And then it's a 2025 World Cruise. I would do that again, because then we go to Egypt and I really want to see the pyramids. I'm going to wrap this video up for now, because I'm just talking now for the sake of talking, and I'm paying per minute for this this scooter being stood here. 10p a minute, which isn't actually a lot really. Bear in mind we're in Iceland. It's 10p a minute to ride this thing. 10p a minute. Well, I say ride it. Let me just rephrase that. I'm currently parked and I can pay to park it without driving it for 10p a minute, but I'm driving it, I believe it's for like 30p a minute, so it's still not particularly horrendous. Again, I could walk from the ship to here in about what, 15-20 minutes, or I could ride the scooter and be here in about 4. So as I say, let's go find that waterfall and spend about £2.50 in doing so.